Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how I kinda lost my best friend just by liking him. Disclaimer, I might cry, so don't judge. And another thing is that these are kind of their names, so yeah. Um so I'm going to talk about how I lost him, and not lost him but how we're not close anymore. And yeah, so there was this boy, his name was Josh, and me and him were super close, and we would talk a lot. Like in the beginning of the school year, we would talk a lot, and we would be and we were really close. And he would help me in a lot, and we sat in almost every class together except for computers and social studies. So we sat together in um math, ELA, and world language and science. Yeah, science. And me and him, we would always get in trouble by the teachers because we would always fool around, and we would always be goofy. And the math teacher did not like us sitting next to each other. And he would help me in a lot of things, like help me with a test, tell me what the answers were. He would help me on trying to see because he had glasses and I didn't, and I couldn't see from far. He would lend me he would lend me his glasses so I could see up in the board. And he helped me a lot. And me and him got really close to the point where I started liking him. And I wanted to tell him, I really wanted to tell him how I felt. And his best friend Orlando, when he helped me try to tell him. And before the day I was gonna tell him, his brother knew Solomon. His brother's name Solomon. And I told Solomon first, and then I told Orlando. And then Solomon was like, "Oh, just tell him now," because we were at lunch. We were lining up to go upstairs back to class. And Sal wanted to tell him himself. And I was like, "No, no, 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 no." And then he was trying to go up to him because they're brothers. They're close like that. And I was pushing him away. I was like, "Sal, please, no, please don't tell him at all. Please do not tell him." And then he and then we went back upstairs. We were in math. Me and him. It was just a regular day. Me and him were sitting next to each other. We were talking. We were doing work. And then after class, um, after class, Solomon, he was outside, standing outside his classroom. Both of them were in different classrooms, and he was standing outside his classroom. And um, I went up to him to tell him I was gonna tell him the next day at gym. And then he was like, "Okay, okay." And then Joshua was standing right there, and then he came. And then Solomon was like, "Oh, just tell him now, just tell him now." And this was at the end of the day because we have math 7th and 8th period. So Solomon was like, "Oh, tell him now, tell him now." And then I was like, "No, I'll tell him the next day." And then he was like, "Tell me what? Tell me what?" And I was like, "Nothing, nothing, doesn't matter." And then he walked away. And then I texted Solomon on Snapchat. And and Joshua tried asking me on Snapchat. And me and Joshua, since we were close, we would text a lot as well. And I told Joshua was like, "Oh, tell me what?" And then I told Sal because they're brothers, they live together. So obviously I had anxiety, and I was scared of Solomon telling his brother. And I didn't want that to happen because I wanted to tell him in my own words and my own feelings on how I felt about liking him. And then he was like, and then I was like, "No, no." So fast forward the next day, and we were walking down the gym. And the wait, hold on. The day before, I went to go walk Orlando home, his best friend. And then Orlando was like, "Oh, you better tell him, and you better tell him at gym, or else I will." Orlando, he was threatening me. I feel like it was a threat because I didn't want Joshua to know from someone else. I wanted him to know from me. I wanted him to know about how I felt and about how I cared about him. And he and then he was like, and after he said that, I was like, okay, I'll tell him. And then now fast forward again, we're at gym, and then we played a game. We played I think it was soccer that day, or we played like I don't know what it's called, or I think we played kickball. Like we played something, we were playing something, and then all of us were leaving, and I waited till like almost like half of the class left, and the other class, because we have two like gym days, so we have one on Monday and Friday. So it was I told him on a Friday, so then the next day it was on Thursday, and then the next day I told him on a Friday at gym. And we played with 5th graders because we're 6th and they're 5th, so we played with the 5th graders. And then after both of the class almost left, like they were half out, I told him, and Orlando was like standing like 2 feet away, and then me, and then this girl named Stephanie that I do not like, but she was sitting there, and she wanted to know so bad. Like, she was like, oh, do you like him? Oh, do you know? Like she kept asking me, and like a lot of people knew about me telling Joshua, like, because it spread around. So this boy named Osmond knew, Orlando knew, Sal knew, Brian knew, like they knew, and like I didn't like, and like I got scared. And then Stephanie, I think she heard, and then she wanted to ask me. She was like, oh, do you like him? And then like, wow, I just got mad. The last day I walked away, but at gym she was standing like right by Orlando, and then I told him, I was like, so I think what I said. I was like, yo, I have feelings for you, and like, I think you're really nice, and I think you're really funny, and like I was just telling him how I felt, and then he just, I got mad, and then after that he walked away, and I got really, really mad, and Osmond was also standing there as well, and when he walked away, I got sad, and then Orlando was like, oh, like he was opening up his mouth, and he was like, oh, like damn, like. And then while he walked away, I was about to cry. Like, I was like, damn, like, he just walked away. Like, after I told him how I felt and how I liked him. And then after that, while we were walking up the stairs, like, Stephanie heard everything. Like, this girl, like, she heard everything. Like, she heard, like, about what happened. And then she was like, oh, like, what'd he say? And then I would try to ignore her. And then I was like, and then Osmond, like, while I was walking upstairs, Osmond came down the stairs. Like, we were, like, the gym is, like, by the basement, like, by, like, the very first floor. And then, he came downstairs. He was like, he just said he wants to be friends. And then it broke my heart because, like, how come his best friend had to tell me and not him tell me himself? And then I kind of got mad about it, and I kind of got sad, but I wasn't gonna cry. And then like me and Stephanie were talking about it, and then Stephanie was like, "Wait, what happened?" And then he was like, "Oh," I told her, I was like, "Oh, he just said he wanted to be friends," and then I was like, I wanted to be more than friends. And then this boy named Adrian heard, like this boy, like in the 5th grade heard, he was like, oh, you just want to be more than friends. Like, he was like, he didn't know about it, but he was just teasing me about it. Like, he didn't know about me liking Joshua. He just teased me about what I said and about how I liked the person. And he teased me about it. And then I kind of got mad, and like, it was awkward, like, the whole day, like, because, we sat together in almost every classroom, and we would, like, hang out in gym as well. So we were, like, after that, it kind of became, like, awkward. And like, it kind of hurt my feelings because, he had to know from his other friends, and his friend had told me. And you might say, like, you might questioning, oh, how'd you lose him? Like, the reason why I lost him was because ever since I told him, me and him have been, like, very distant, and me and him have been, like, very, like, we haven't been talking a lot. Like, me and him, like, he's like he treated other people differently than what he treated me after I told him I liked him and how I felt about him. And it broke my heart because, like, me and him were so close, and like, it became we became so distant just because I told him that I liked him. And since this day, I kind of regret telling him, because, you know, if I wouldn't tell him, I feel like me and him would still be close. Me and him would still be, like, you know, very close. Me and him would still be best friends, and like, we're still kind of best friends. Like, you know, I still be like, hey, best friend, but it's not the same anymore because he is very distant with me. And like, at first, like, the first few weeks, it was awkward, and like, now he doesn't talk to me that much. And like, Orlando just did it to me too. He was like, oh, I feel like ever since you told him that you liked him, you guys have been like this and then like this. And then I was like, yeah. And then I confronted Joshua about it like a few months later. I was like, oh, you know, we became very distant. Like, what happened? He was like, it's not that you told me you liked me. It's because we don't sit in the same seats anymore. And it is true. We don't sit, like, very close to each other. Like, in math, we don't sit next to each other. Or in science, we only sit together now in world language and ELA. Like, that's the only time, like, we sit together at. And, you know, when he told me that, I was like, damn, like, you know, I feel maybe it was just that or not. Like, I don't know, but I feel like things haven't been the same, like, with me and him. Like, you know, it hasn't been the same. I feel like it hasn't been the same. To him, it might feel the same, but to me, it's not. And there's another story to it. But that will be in another video. So, yeah, this is how... thank God I did not cry. I was about to when I said, oh, me and him aren't close anymore, but thank God I did not cry. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy I did not cry. But at the same time, you know, I do regret telling him that I liked him. But, you know, this happened for a reason. I learned my lesson. And, yeah, there's another part to it. You know, I didn't want to explain it. I didn't want to explain everything. It'll be too loud. It'll be too much, so this is the next story. There will be a next story, and there will be another part to this. Not part to this, but how I lost my other best friend. And, like, this time I really lost my other best friend. The next story is going to be how I lost my other best friend. And then the next story is how I got cyberbullied by a boy. By Joshua's best friend and Saul. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment. You already know who to follow, you know, your girl. And make sure I'm going to put his Snapchat as well, too. Don't hate on him. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and a comment. And subscribe for more. Bye.